This is Dave Meltzer with Entrepreneurs, the Playbook, and I have a very unique entrepreneur. He's on a mission as my mission to create abundance in the world. He's the founder of the Art of Living Foundation, has so many extraordinary things going on in this world to empower all of us, to empower others to be happy, joyful, loving, to learn the lessons in our journey. And Gurudev, Sri Ravi Shankar, welcome to the Playbook.
Hello, namaste.
Hello. Well, you've written, many books, but your latest one is interesting to me for two reasons. One, it's the notes for the journey within, and it's the essentials of the art of living. My first question about the book is that, this seems to be a very widespread understanding that we need to look within. Why now are you writing the book to give these notes of this journey that we all should be on?
Actually, David, this book took nearly 7 years. From 1991 onwards, what I would do is in the evening, we would get together and we would just discuss the issues that a common man faces in his life, or her life, about how to control anger, how to manage the emotions, and what is self, and these things, when people want to find inner freedom and happiness, they have these questions. So we started brainstorming. I was answering those questions, and that was made as a collection. And those collection of those interaction with sincere seekers came out as this book.
I figured it wasn't an overnight pamphlet. The extraordinary seven years of aggregate of wisdom. For you, within the context of those 7 years, I've shifted in my journey, my paradigm, to identify what I do to interfere with my potential, part of a unified, infinite system of thought of this light. And it took me a long time, many lessons along the way. Even for you, I know, working with, amazing thought leaders like yourself, you have learned lessons in the last 7 years. What were some of the lessons in your own book, in the notes for the journey within, that really stand out to you?
What I got to see, how to guide people from all various positions and places they are stuck in their life. It's easy for you if you're just in a spiritual path to see how you can progress, but to see, to guide people who are so far away from themselves and caught up in so many other miseries in life, how to help them come out of it, it in itself is a, is very big learning. Yes, it's a good lesson. And how effectively the knowledge and the techniques work on different situation is something which is really amazing. Yeah.
In a relationship within that context with fear, I always wonder whether I talk to Deepak Chopra or Sadhguru or Master Shah, whoever it may be, how prevalent and present fear is in your life. Do you still have any type of fear in your life? And if so, what do you do when you become aware of the fear?
Fear is just love standing upside down. When your love for the planet, for the people, for the ultimate reality is very strong in you, fear stays so far away from you.
I love that. And when you become aware of this upside down love, are there certain practices, are there certain mindset, heart set, or handset that we can implement in order to reverse engineer the love?
Yes. Fear is a sensation which you feel somewhere in the thorax region. For that, breathing and meditation, so the Kriya, Sudarshan Kriya has been immensely beneficial and very transformative as well. So I would like people to learn the sky breathing techniques to get rid of all type of anxiety, fear, fear of death, fear of uncertainty, and all that sort of nervousness. Yeah, you can get over them. Because the secret lies in the breath.
And it does within the necessity of life and the breath. And my spiritual journey has been 17 years via meditation and breathing, quantum healing, and theta meditation and yoga, and following great gurus like yourself. But one of the questions that always makes me curious, and I find this to be a challenge myself, is to be able to speak a language, frequency that resonates with more people. I find a lot of times that it's not what I say, it's what people hear. And I study the Bhagavad Gita, the Course in Miracles. I've studied almost every religious text and will continue to do so. And as I reread things, I hear different things. How do you effectuate being able to, and excuse my language, but dummy down what we know in order to resonate with more people, to plant seeds for them?
David, we convey more through our presence and our vibration than through our words. So words are very frivolous. They're not so important. Of course, they are important, but not as important as our own vibrations, because people catch through vibration. I can sit and talk about love for 2 hours, but when you don't feel that inside you, when you don't emit that energy, then it doesn't make any sense at all. So, when things come through your own experience and you convey it through many other dimensions than through words. So we have to go past the verbal communication in this. Yeah,
because we give meaning to everything we see, and we can't impact or effectuate other people's meaning. Now, you're organizing. We were talking about celebrating and pre and post celebrating as celebrants the 4th of July, the independence of our country. But you're organizing this year a World Culture Festival, expecting over 150,000 people to participate here in the National Mall in Washington, D.C., September 29th through September 29th through October 1st.
Yes.
It's a celebration of the unification, as I see it. What are some of the mediums or ways that we're going to celebrate this diversity and unification that's, for me, omnipresent as a critical life and business issue?
3 things unite people. One is meditation, of course, the most important thing. We will be having a group meditation for about 20 minutes. Then music. Music is something that unites people. The third M, I would say, is meals. So we will have food from all over the world, and those environmentally friendly food. Then we will have music and dance from over 180 countries this time. And people with all different backgrounds will come in their costumes, with their bands, and it will be a unique celebration, which is much needed today, you see. When there is, after COVID, especially when there is aggression on one side and depression on the other side, and violence in the society, I think these 3 things, meditation, music, and food, can bring people together and unite them in a very unique manner that would send a very positive vibes to the whole world as such.
And are you going to amplify the festival? Is it just going to be in person, or are you going to be able to stream this, watch it, post-production content?
Yeah, this will be streamed also. Actually, this is the 4th World Culture Festival. The last one we had was in 2016 in New Delhi, which was live streamed for 1.2 billion people around the world. It's on an Olympic scale. So
it's an abundant universe, and I like the 3 M's, though, that the meditation, music, and meals, non-negotiables in my life in the great unification. And speaking of perspective on life, when we share the meditation, the music, and the meals. What is the mindset that we're trying to raise the awareness of for a philosophy on life?
The mindset is to make life a celebration and celebrate the diversity rather than making a point of contention. You see, it's uniting hearts and minds of people and seeing the common thing that we all share, the shared values. We care for environment. We want to see a violence-free society. We want to see disease-free body, and we want to see a mind or intellect free from inhibitions, and help each other, get over the gloomy periods.
And in this great unification that will be celebrated at this extraordinary event in September and October, I just got back from Israel, and I am a student of God and within myself as well. And I find it really interesting in studying the relationship with God, because God is something that most people feel is bigger than us, that is omniscient, all-powerful, all-knowing, part of this system of unified thought, an abundant, infinite system that loves us more than our mom, is the best way I can articulate it in my perception and focus. Has God played an influence in your life?
Of course, God is everything. The all is God. As you said, God is love, and that's what makes sense. Without God, life is nothing. The whole world and life is all just manifestation of God, and we all belong to. We need to have that personal connection with God. Often people think God is a public entity, belongs to everybody. Of course, it belongs to everybody, but it is also very personal. That personal connection to God is what you can call as spirituality, which uplifts your spirit, which gives you an unshakable confidence, and which brings so much clarity in your mind and keeps your heart pure.
And in that purity, why is it, and I know we had talked about fear is love upside down, why is it that God separates so many people? Why is it God separates people that believe in the same thing? And yet it seems to be one of the points of contention of fear. Why do you think it's so difficult for people to see the all, the I am, the abundant infinite system that we all belong to, part and parcel of?
Well, David, God loves diversity. That's why he created so many fauna and flora. There are 3,000 types of potatoes on earth. So even if it comes to potatoes, God loves diversity. So we must sync with nature's call, God's call, that is, celebrate diversities, celebrate the planet as it is. Everything has a meaning. Everything gives something great to you. See? So that's why so many traditions have come up and so many religions on the planet. By the way, in the World Culture Festival, we are also going to have an interfaith prayer also. Prayer from all the religions of the world, including Native Americans and from the Jewish tradition, from the Buddhist tradition, Hindu, Protestant and Catholic, and name it, and Islam. So just give that one message to people. Look, you can call God by many names and worship in many forms, in many ways that you want to, but ultimately the truth is one. Life, love, and joy are all part of this grand life.
And in the celebration, for example, if I would like to participate in the celebration, if wanted to share my ideas and attend and maybe even speak, how does somebody get involved, like me or others, in the celebration?
You know what? We'll make short videos and just short messages from everybody. And of course, We will keep playing this, and then we'll also be having a souvenir, which online souvenir, the paperless souvenir, which will go across the globe, which will carry the very meaningful messages like what you are saying, David. Now, you're most welcome to be part of this, sending them messages which would be part of the AV streaming. Yeah.
And where should people reach out to do that? Should they go to your Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, your website? Where can people participate?
Yes, they can go into all that. They can go into our World Culture Festival artofliving.org. We will show you those. The platforms, and then they can register. Already we have about 90,000 people registered already now.
That's not a surprise, and we're still early, so it will keep doubling. Yes. I'm on a mission to empower others to be abundant, to be happy, to live in this system, and to change their pursuit of their own potential, to look within, to read books like your books, to attend festivals like the festival that you're sharing with us, to join the Art of Living Foundation in order to effectuate consistency in our perception or focus. I find that apathy, that human nature resists consistency in the trajectory towards what we want. And I was wondering what you do or how you help empower others to be consistent in what they want.
Well, people have their daily habits consistently. Nobody need to be told that you have to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's a consistent thing because that's a need of them. Now, cell phones, it has become a consistent thing. Looking at the messages, so anything that they feel that's a part of their life and it's very much needed, you don't need to even emphasize you have to be consistent. It just pulls them into it. Same with breathing technique, the Kriya we teach, when people do it, they feel so uplifted, so energetic. And so there is no effort to tell anybody, oh, you have to be consistently doing it. I say, no, you do whatever you like, whenever you like, feel like, because it becomes a need to feel good about oneself, need to feel uplifted. And the moment someone feels little tired or low energy, it just clicks, say, come on, let me do for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, my breathing technique and meditation. And then they are back, up and back on the feet again. So discipline is necessary when something is not so charming. But if your practices, your spirituality becomes so charming, you don't need any discipline. It just pulls you towards that.
Well, that's definitely aligned with why I do the podcast so often and have extraordinary guests like you. I know July 11th, the book is coming out, and I want everyone to go out and to empower themselves and learn about how these notes for the journey within, the essentials of the art of living, and also sign up for the World Cultural Festival, which will lead me to my last question. The biggest paradigm shift through my study, through what I pay attention and give intention to create my karma, the coincidences, consequences of my journey, has been a simple one, that I am this power, this love, this light. I just have to figure out what I'm doing to interfere with it. So we use meditation to clear the interference. We use music to clear the interference. And now I'm going to even use my meals, the medicinal meals, not the dis-ease that so many meals create in our lives, to clear the interference between me and this extraordinary power, like you said, this emotion, energy that we have. Am I on the right path within the context of your book and your teaching to clear the interference, that we all have this power and I should continue looking this way? Or is there some suggestion that you could give me to improve my own perspective of how to live in more joy and happiness in my life.
Yeah. We doubt that which is positive, and we seem to believe more in the negative things as real. You see, suppose someone asks you, are you happy? The normal tendency of a person is to say, well, I'm not sure. But we are so sure about our depression. Isn't it? Similarly, we doubt the love and we don't doubt the anger. So when we understand what these emotions mean to us and how the center core of our being is akin to the structure of an atom, where the positive protons are in the very core, in the center. The negative charge particle is only on the circumference. So we understand this, then of course, all that thing you are saying, it's absolutely makes sense. You had to clear the interferences or the outer dust. The mirror need to be, cleansed. That's all. Mirror is anyway pure, but you need to dust this. That's all. Remove the dust from the mirror. Then you are able to see your face clearly. And it's not such a strenuous and long process. It's like dental hygiene, every day we brush our teeth like that. A few exercises, mental hygiene, and connectivity with people. Today we find in the society there is so much violence. I heard yesterday a research scholar saying the cause of mass shootings is isolation and lack of sense of belongingness with the people. And when we create that sense of belongingness, I think, we'll have better society, more peaceful society, and happier society.
Well, thank you so much. You're an incredible guru, Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar. He is the toothbrush to our hygiene of life, and two of the tools, the dental floss and the brush, would be his new book on July 11th, The Notes for a Journey Within, Essentials of the Art of Living. And please join all of us September 29th for the World Cultural Festival. You can find Gurudev everywhere. He is on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and the web. Just go ahead, reach out to him to join us with the book and the festival. Please make me one promise, my friend, that we can get together soon. Thank you for all you're doing for our world and the universe. You are a light, planting seeds under trees he may never sit under, with the best intentions. Gurudev, thanks for joining me. This is David Meltzer with Entrepreneurs, the Playbook.
Thank you, David.